And thank you, Governor, for addressing us. Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, said all politics is local, so I'll start with local politics and welcome from County Kerry some of my constituents who are here to greet you and look forward to, and relatives of yours as well, so they look forward to meeting you and, of course, your mother, who had a great chat with last night. And we discussed many things about our trip to Kerry and to Kenmare, but one of the themes of your address today is those who drink the water should never forget those who dug the well. And that was a quote often used by someone you mentioned in your speech, former President Mary McAleese. And in your address you talked about your pride in your ancestors from all over the island and how they sacrificed, particularly your mother, who had to raise 5 children and sacrificed her opportunities to give you all the opportunities that you had, and you grabbed them with both hands and you made much of them and much more. And thank you for acknowledging Senator David Norris, who I'm sure would be delighted to be with us here today, but as you know, he is not in the fullness of his health, but he would be proud of your visit to this chamber, invited by the Cathaoirleach to acknowledge the struggles that we are celebrating, the 30 years of the passing of the legislation that made all our citizens equal, but equality eludes us still. And it is fitting and appropriate that you are here today on the 60th anniversary, on the eve of the visit by John F. Kennedy to this House. And when he visited this House, he talked about many of the anniversaries, the struggle of civil war, which was the 100th anniversary, and we celebrate this year the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement, which would have only been possible and is only possible because of the continuous bipartisan support of the United States at all levels, state legislators, US House of Representatives, the US Senate and governors supporting it to make sure that peace continues. And that was very important in the Brexit negotiations, where another Massachusetts public representative, Congressman Richie Neal, stated that there would be no trade agreement between the United Kingdom and the US if there was a return to the borders of the past and the troubles of the past, and thankfully with the US support, I think we're on the right road. We also celebrate 100 years of support for Irish independence. 100 years ago, our proclamation stated that we were supported by our exiled children in America. But in 2026, I'd ask you to send us an invitation. We look forward to celebrating another anniversary, the 250th anniversary of the lifting of the siege of Boston, appropriately enough on the St. Patrick's Day. So on that 250th anniversary, where George Washington in the same year also said, "When our flag was friendless, Ireland's sons were our only friends." So we look forward to celebrating that anniversary. And finally, another quote from John F. Kennedy, and appropriate that you are from Galway. When he was in Eyre Square, he said that it seemed to him that everybody in Boston was from Galway. And he said that if anyone from Galway ever comes to the White House, that he would give them a céad míle fáilte. If you ever end up in the White House, we'd hope you'd give us a céad míle fáilte too. Gar magat.